it's the Mad Queen, and welcome into another All About Heroes Spotlight video where I'm going to be covering Halia today. If you're interested in finding more detailed information about other heroes in the game, check out my playlist on All About Heroes Spotlight, which is on the main channel of my YouTube. So, what I'm going to be doing as far as going over Halia, I never know what to call her. I always call her the same thing. I'm going to be covering all of her skills and her abilities, the gear I have and use on her, some other recommendations, the stats I have, her priority as far as putting resources into her, and at the end I will be going in and rating her in every place in the game. So if you want to see that, stick around to the end. Halia is one of the newer heroes within the game. Halia. Okay, listen, first of all, how do you guys say this name? I never consistently call her one thing because I'm 50-50. I don't know if it's Halia or Halia. So let me know how you guys actually pronounce it because I can't read apparently. I don't know. But she's a legendary support from the Visitors by Sea faction, which is the newest faction added into the game not long ago. She is a water element and really an amazing support hero. A lot of people said that when Halia came out that she was a replacement for Winstrix. I would like to disagree with that, and as we go along and I talk more about her, I'll let you know why. As far as her overall stats, I have 16,000 health, 1,500 defense, 237 speed, 124% focus, and 65 resistance. On her gear, I currently have her in an Invincible set and also a Raider set. So the reason I'm able to get away with how low her speed is in Arena specifically is because I will also use Winstrix with her. I'll use Halia and Winstrix on the same team. My Winstrix is much faster. She's over 300 speed, and typically there are not too many people that can beat that speed until you're getting really high, like in the top 20, 30 players in the game as far as Arena goes. But the Invincible set is really nice because it gives the option to stun. Her ultimate ability, which is what you typically will go into using first, is an AoE effect. If she's the fastest person on the team, she's going to give everybody on her team increased speed plus decreased speed as an AoE effect on all of the enemies. It can't be resisted, it just happens. But if she's not the fastest, she will not apply the decreased speed on all of the enemies, but she will still put increased speed on all of her allies. This is not the only build I use for her. I do use a couple of other builds, which I will share with you. First of all, you would put a lot of speed on her. Whenever I do put a lot of speed on her and I don't pair Winstrix with her in the arena, I will actually build her for attack because she, as a support, can do a really good amount of damage. So I will build her with high focus and high attack. That way, when she comes in, she's able to help do a good amount of damage in the beginning. Whereas if you were going to use someone like Winstrix, she's not really doing any kind of damage. But Halia is able to help provide some of that damage overall. As far as other sets in general, honestly, 3 Raider sets is going to be really good for her, just so that she is able to go very quickly. You do want her to be the fastest on the team typically. I don't always recommend using Winstrix with Halia. That's something I do because I am in Platinum Arena. So I'm not able to make my Halia fast enough that high typically, unless I'm going against a team that does not have a speed lead. But let's go ahead and look at her abilities and her traits. Water Blessing is her trait. It grants a team-wide ocean lights for 1 turn at the start of the... It grants a team-wide ocean lights for 1 turn at the start of the turn, and it's on a 3-turn cooldown. Once it's ascended, it grants team-wide ocean lights for 1 turn at the start of the turn, and the cooldown is reduced to 2 rounds. So ocean lights, basically, the damage dealt is going to scale between the difference of the caster and the target. So the more speed you have and the less speed your enemy has, it's going to scale a certain amount of damage and do extra damage. Hopefully that makes sense how I just said that. Bubble Pool, her basic ability, deals 100% damage to an enemy and grants speed up to this character and the ally with the highest attack for 2 turns. Which is nice because it's an additional 30 speed. It's not percentage, it's just 30 speed. Her special, Tidalac, grants ocean lights to an ally or a bonus turn if this character has the highest speed on the battlefield. So, like I said, ocean lights scales the damage between the amount of speed they have. It deals 150% damage to all enemies and applies a stack of speed up to the whole team and inflicts a stack of speed down on all non-boss enemies if this character has the highest speed on the battlefield, which I was mentioning before. And these do stack, so you can get 90 speed additionally on everyone on your team, and you can take away 90 speed from everyone on the other team, which is really big. And of course, if you want to be able to land this speed down and you want to use her special to grant a bonus turn, you want her to be the fastest. And I do recommend that that is the way you go over being super slow. But if you can make her really fast with the invincible set that allows you to stun, that's going to be a really, really good option. You're going to have amazing gear for that to happen, of course, because you're not using a bunch of speed sets. As far as her masteries and prioritizing those, it's not hugely necessary. If you can get her masteries down into her gear, where it's going to increase the main stats for the bottom pieces of gear, that's going to be a pretty good benefit overall because it will make her faster. But this hero is mainly for PvP. You can use her in the Void Tower, Endless Trials, just farming in general for glyphs and whatnot. But her overall best place to be used is going to be the arena. So if you do want to put masteries into her, keep that in mind. And I would not make her a priority as far as masteries. And I would wait until you have put masteries into at least 5 or more heroes before you decide to do Halia. Because, of course, she is not going to be as beneficial to put books into as some other heroes. And lastly, her rating. We're going to go ahead and rate her in all these places. As far as arena offense, she is a 5-star hero. The only thing is, can you get her 5-star speed? So I'm going to give her 5 stars. She is excellent, but she does need to be fast. Arena defense, I will give her 4 stars. No Man's Land, the Bane Wraith, I'm going to give her 3 stars. The Flame Lizard, I'll give 3 stars. And Wraithful Flood, I'll give 3 stars. Actually, for the No Man's Land Bane Wraith, I'm going to give her... Oh, no. Well, I can't change it for 30 minutes, but I would actually give her 2 stars there. Going down to the Horde of Holy Light, She is actually pretty good here. I'm going to give her 4 stars. Shadow Captive, 4 stars. As far as Roaring Tulpa, you're, no. 2 stars. The Ash Magisteria, you'd have to have a very, very specific team with very specific heroes for her to be good. I'm going to give her 2. Queen of Tides, I'll give her a 3. Witch of the Wind, she can actually be pretty good here because the Witch of the Wind is based on speed. So I'm going to give her 4 stars for there. Gemini Dragon, I'm going to give her 2 stars. And for the Armored Incursion, because she's able to help do difference between speed, and speed is something you want to have on your heroes. Of course, not until you're a little bit more into the later game. So if you're going to use her here in the guild boss, it's going to be in a very, very late in-game team. So I'm going to give her 4 stars. And as you can see here, for the Raiders, for recommended sets, they do recommend the Raider set. I just really like to use the Invincible set to help give some control on my team. But as far as Halia, she's an excellent hero. You can see I have taken her all the way to level 70. This is generally just to boost her base stats overall. I was really hoping to give her some speed. She is a really good hero that if you can make her go first and you can put attack into her, because overall she's not going to survive very long in general, especially if the other team gets another turn, period. So you may as well just go ahead and get a bit of attack in as well. And that generally does work pretty well when I do go that route. Let me know what you guys think below. Any comments or anything additional that you would like to add. I would love to continue the conversation below. Also, if there's something that you disagree with, I'm 100% open to that. Let me know about that. Just present it in a positive way. We learn from each other. Also, if you're a new player or an experienced player, join my growing Discord community. It's a great way for beginners to ask for advice and for experienced players to give advice. The link for that will be in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.